It's Unstable Topics with Sarah and Maggie.
Please hold for an important message.
Hi, you've reached Maggie's voicemail. I can't come to the phone right now, or I'm choosing to ignore your call. Leave a message after the tone.
Hi. I just wanted to update you on our goals for Spotify and Apple users, and we are still, as of today, 2 away from meeting our August goals. And I know you're trying really hard, and you're being vulnerable online, and you're asking people for help and to subscribe because we're really proud of the show. And I'm sorry that no one's responding to you. I wouldn't take it personally. At all. This is Sarah Adams, by the way.
End of message.
Hey, welcome to Unstable Topics, a fast-paced, jam-packed, unhinged bestie podcast filled with facts, reacts, and made-up games in between.
We're your hosts, Sarah
and Maggie.
And we're excited for you to join our best friend hangout, where we surprise one another with things we find interesting or hilarious just to see how the other will react.
Our friendship might be totally stable, but you never know what your bestie might throw your way to knock you off your game.
So come shake things up, learn something new, and laugh along with us. This is Unstable Topics.
Hey, bestie.
Hey, bestie.
Something unstable that I realized that I think a lot of people have realized in the past is that traveling with children is full of surprises.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you expect things like bathroom breaks and running around and things like that. But something I was not expecting was for the things that my children would do that make no sense to anyone at the airport except for our family. So if you know my kids, you know they love Bigfoot. They've become obsessed with Bigfoot. And one of the things that Bigfoot in the Austin family lore has is a big knocking stick to knock down trees. And we are in the airport. Kyle has gone to get food for the family because he's a provider. And I am alone with the kids at the gate. And the kids are talking about Bigfoot. And all of a sudden, they just start chanting pretty loudly, Bigfoot stick, Bigfoot stick, Bigfoot stick. And that does not sound like what it is. It does not sound like Bigfoot's stick when it's all together. And I'm just trying to control the message. And they're like, and specifically they're talking about how if you touch Bigfoot's stick, you turn into a Bigfoot. So they're like, don't touch Bigfoot's stick. Don't touch Bigfoot's stick. Then one of them's like, I touched Bigfoot's stick. I touched Bigfoot's stick a lot. I touched Bigfoot's stick. And they're like, oh no, you touched Bigfoot's stick? Don't touch Bigfoot's stick. Mom, don't you always say, don't touch Bigfoot's stick? I love Bigfoot's stick. It's so big it knocks down trees. Big Bigfoot stick. Kyle.
Okay. How many people were around?
Sold out flight. So all the flights are sold out. All the flights are full. We're not even at our gate. We're across at another gate because it's the only place we could find seats and space for my family. And it's literally, I mean, people, you look up when you hear 3 small blonde children practically yelling about Bigfoot stick.
Did anyone laugh? Did you see any giggles or like, hey, do you understand what this sounds like? This doesn't sound like Bigfoot stick.
Yeah. No, I saw there was one younger woman who had headphones in, but I think over the headphones could hear the chanting and made eye contact with me like, kids will be kids, you know? I tried to avoid contact with most grown-ups. I was trying to be like, hush, 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 children, hush, hush. Bigfoot's stick, like his large staff, his big, didn't help.
I haven't seen this become a video meme on the interweb.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone filming it. Kyle did come back with some fruit smoothies, and he was like, what's going on here? And I was like, they're just chanting about the stick that Bigfoot has. He was trying to like just make sure we could move further and further away from this situation,
Sure.
It was, well, wait, speaking of moving further away from a situation, are you ready for your fact?
I am so ready for my fact.
The Earth's moon is far away and getting even farther. Every year, it moves about 3.8 centimeters farther away from our planet.
Really? I did not know that. Out of all the space reading that I've consumed, because my eldest son is very into space and facts and reading about our universe, I have not heard this one. He might know it, but I just haven't heard it. It must mean our gravitational pull is getting weaker and weaker.
Yeah, that's not a scary thought. 3.8 centimeters we've previously discussed is about half a baby head, too.
Yeah, the orbit's getting larger, which in turn will affect our tide, the ocean's tide, and water. That's pretty terrifying. How long has it been moving backwards? Did it say?
It just says every year, 3.8 centimeters.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. It's kind of a lot. Because that's like in 2 years, that's like more, it's twice as much as 3.8 centimeters.
Yeah, whatever that distance
It's almost 10.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then in 10 years,
it's 10 times more.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And I have to be honest, that's a let's raise the flag type of a warning sound, but there's so many other warning sounds going off right now. People just don't have time to worry about the moon.
No, they just don't even care about the moon. They're like, whatever about the moon.
Yeah, I got other issues here down on Earth that we need to focus about. Warning sirens going off.
That poor moon. Once people found out the moon was not made of cheese, they were like, I don't care. Let's not go back there.
Yeah, because that was the reason why we went to the moon, is to determine once and for all if the moon was in fact some type of cheese.
Mission accomplished. It's not, so we can just forget about it. Forget about that moon.
Moon, you're no good to us. Get out of here. You are getting. It's really slowly. Get out of here, moon.
The moon heard that we weren't going to come back and visit, that we were like done with it. And it was like, fine, you don't want me? I'm going to move away. I'm moving.
Yeah, see if you like me now when I'm out of orbit and your oceans are crazy and life as you know it ceased to exist. Fine.
It's just moving very slowly because it keeps looking over its shoulder to see if we've changed our mind.
Yeah,
talk about like, I'm leaving.
Yeah, it has a real dark side to it.
Oh, yeah. The moon for sure is super passive-aggressive. Well, Sarah, are you ready to react?
Yes, I am.
So we know that the Earth's moon is moving 3.8 centimeters further away every single year. What is something that you are slowly moving away from?
That's a good question. I am slowly moving away from following lots of random things on social media.
Oh, like an example?
Like that don't serve me anymore, right? Because I've been on Facebook. You know what? Let's just call a spade a spade. I am slowly moving away from Facebook. I got my Facebook account in 2004, 2005. I think it was
20 years ago almost.
Before I graduated, right? And now I don't interact with it. I don't interact with people on it. So but then I get upset when I share something and like no one looks at it. I'm like, it's because I've slowly moved away from it. And Facebook's like, you slowly moved away. We're not going to give you any love and support. Yeah. So yeah, that's the biggest example. It's like a newspaper now, you know?
It really is. It really is. And I prefer to get my news from Instagram headlines.
Yes.
Of articles that I just assumed that I understand where the article would be going.
Sure. What about you? What are you slowly moving away from?
Ooh. I got nothing. Probably Facebook too. I came up with this question and then I didn't think about it again. Maybe I'm slowly moving away from caring what people think about me or my kids or Bigfoot sticks.
It's me, Miss Patricia, and I'm going to give advice. Hello, Maggie.
Hi, Miss Patricia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining.
What I can say is I am honored and privileged to be here today to offer Miss Patricia solid advice to you and yours who might have questions.
Yes, well, this is something that people can write in questions for Miss Patricia. I wanted to start the first time that you're here on the show with a question of my own, something that I'm really working through.
Okay, well, let's lay it on me. Give it to me good and juicy.
Okay, so school is starting back up, and I have multiple drop-offs and pickups, and I just don't know how to make the most of my time driving from one school to the other with my kids in the
Right.
car.
That's a
you know?
lot. No, that's a good question. And you're gonna hear a lot of people that have advice say, "Oh, that's me time. That's me time." And I'm like, "That's not me time. That's me thinking about time. That's me thinking about the time I have to take to drive my children from one place to the other while not getting in a car wreck, while being on time. I don't want to get any dirty looks from you, Karen, because I'm 5 minutes late for car pickup. Please." Me
Exactly.
time. That's not me time. So what do you do with your time? What do you do? I don't know. Here's what I would do. This is a suggestion. Take it or leave it. I don't know. Maybe you could do something like stop. Like what if call me crazy. Okay? What if back in the day you would just have children fend for themselves?
Oh.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, okay, mommy isn't going to pick you up today. Mommy is tired of driving for an hour and a half to get you and your brothers picked up from school. So today we're going to try a new method. It's called Mommy is Sitting at Home. And let's see how long it takes you to get home.
Fabulous advice. Fabulous advice as always, Miss Patricia.
You're welcome.
All right. Sarah, are you ready for your fact?
Yes, I am.
This fact actually comes from my father, who I got to visit with when we were on vacation. And he was like, oh, well, here's an interesting fact you could use. And it is, in fact, very interesting. So you ready?
I'm ready.
People have been studying science-y things since the dawn of man, but the word scientist is less than 200 years old. It was coined by English academic William HUE in 1834 to bring all the studies together toward a common goal of studying the physical and natural world.
Was this person a Virgo? Because I feel like it's a very organizational thing to do, because it's like, look, this is getting out of hand. You're calling yourself a whatchamadoo finder. You're doing like some ocean stuff. I mean, let's just look. We all got to categorize this under one header so then we can break off and do our thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's legitimize what we're doing at here, because we're doing big stuff. People don't believe me. But if I say I'm a scientist.
Absolutely. He was worried that like people would just keep doing fragmented things and no one would have this common. He was afraid that it would just disintegrate and people wouldn't be trying to do science. And he was not a Virgo. I just looked it up. He was actually a Gemini, which also makes sense because he wasn't even a scientist. He studied no science, but he was like, you know what I am? A word guy. Let me come up with this word.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. He saw a problem and he decided to insert himself into the problem. I bet he wasn't well received.
He wasn't probably, I mean, not well received maybe, but successful because
definitely
Everyone's
Definitely.
like scientist now.
What do you study in school?
Science.
Yeah.
What do you have third period? Science.
But you know what? He's not known for it. It's not this guy invented this word. So I bet everyone's like, hey, you know what? That's a good idea. We're just going to let it exist.
Yeah.
We're not going to give you any type of credit. We're not going to acknowledge you whatsoever until one day these two gals get together and do unstable facts. And this is going to come up hundreds of years later.
Yes, 200. You have to wait your turn.
Wait your turn.
William.
Jeez.
Wait it. Wait your turn. Well, are you ready to react?
Yes, I am.
So the word scientist is less than 200 years old. What word do you think will be obsolete in 200 years?
A word that I think will be obsolete in 200 years. Based on how our nomenclature is going, everything's going to get shorter and shorter and shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Like 100 is now hundo.
Yeah. Fact. Fact, everyone says hundo, I meant.
Yeah.
Hundo.
Oh. Hundo. What's another abbreviated word that people use? Apps instead of appetizers.
Mm-hmm. Or application.
Or application.
There's a bunch of apps.
Apps and desserts.
Desserts.
Yeah, apps and desserts. There's a line in Parks and Recreation where Tom goes, apps and desserts. And it's like a nomenclature that he's coined. And this was probably 10 years ago at this point. And it's taken root. So I think it's more shortening. In 200 years, we might just be speaking in Morse code.
Yeah. I've had this thought before of how ironic it is that the ancient Egyptians used hieroglyphics and now we can communicate with emojis. And it's basically time is a circle.
So Jamie,
people love cats.
Yeah, Jamie was right. There was an ancient, intelligent civilization out there that was destroyed somehow, but it's just repeating itself.
It is. Apps and zerts. That's it for this episode. Wasn't that fun?
Now it's time for you to subscribe and follow.
And share this episode with a friend.
Maybe even your bestie.
Find us everywhere online at Unstable Topics. And for more antics, visit us at The Monthly Junk.
Bye.
Bye. Peace.